Buddy.
Oh, I gotta find my audio.
That's okay. We'll wait for you.
I got it. Okay. Ah, up until now, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Up until now, the Bluetooth had not worked on my Dell computer, but a recent upgrade of their operating system or firmware or whatever fixed it
Oh, good.
mysteriously. Yeah.
Always good when an upgrade makes something work and not not the
Doesn't break it,
reverse.
right?
Yes, yes, that is so true. Anyhow, hi everybody.
All right. Well, we will get started. I actually don't know if Craig is coming tonight, but we'll since we have quorum, we'll jump right in. Um, you'll bear with me just a minute. I was on another meeting until 30 seconds ago, so I just need to get situated.
Well,
Okay.
that's why the link was broken.
Yeah,
Suddenly.
I was on with clients at Baylor University.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
like, whoops, I used the same meeting link. I have to close out
Yeah.
that one before we can get on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have all crashed it.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So, welcome to the February 18th meeting of the MLP Board and Broadband Committee. I am Gail Huntress, MLP Manager, facilitating the meeting. This meeting is fully remote. Participating also remotely, we have MLP board members Jim Hemingway, Graham Septon, and Steve Schmidt. Craig Martin may be joining us at a later date. And this meeting is being recorded. And the first order of business is to approve the previous meeting minutes from January 28th. Do I have a motion?
So
I
moved.
move we approve the meetings from last month.
Second.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. And all in favor, Jim,
Aye.
Graham,
Aye.
and Steve.
Aye.
Thank you. And Jim, thank you as always for keeping records for us Motley Crew.
Yes.
Um, all right. Hut report. I saw Graham and Steven there yesterday.
Yeah. Mischievously, yeah, messing. Yeah. Steve, you want to give a hot report?
Well, the hut's still there, and so I met Graham at the monthly hut inspection, and Graham tromped out a path through the snow, and I grabbed a shovel and cleaned off the front step. And so we went in and found everything seemed to be in good shape. I saw the new little electric heater that Graham has installed there. It's just a very simple, just it plugs into an outlet. But it does have a thermostatic control on it. And we cleaned the filters on the one HVAC unit that is running. Graham gave me careful instructions on filter cleaning. So
We trying now. Certified.
He's certified. He's certified. Now, am I hopefully hopeful that Steve, does this mean that you are going to take over as the hut person after this, after
well,
Graham's departure?
I thought it would be good at least to know what get an update on what's happening at the hut. So am I
Great.
giving a vague enough answer?
You're totally vague. I love it.
Too
I love
vague.
it.
So,
I love it.
political answer.
Yep, yep. You don't, so yeah, no commitment needed. And we I do have it on my list of things is about around April or May. We'll start talking about a transition plan for Graham. So
Sure.
it's on
No
my list.
pressure, Steve.
Yeah, yeah. We'll figure it out. And and if it feels like too much for you, or you just don't want to do it, hopefully by then we'll be through the worst, the best of the grant process, and they'll just, in this whole router thing, and they'll just be more, I'll have more availability.
We also did look at the possibility of installing any more additional insulation inside the hut, and I think I say our conclusion was there's not that much space where we could add insulation panels. Particularly, the ceiling just didn't seem suitable for it, and the ceiling roof, that's the most critical area to be installing insulation. There were some walls where there was space that could be added. So
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't have enough know-how about climate control to know if any insulation, like, is it really going to make a huge difference to our heating and cooling? My sense is for such a small space, not much, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
I think I can do an R value of assessment of that. And so I'll put that in my in the list of things. So it's an interesting calculation. I think it can actually be the cost of it, and the ECAC, the Energy Committee,
Hmm.
would probably totally put the money up if we didn't want to. So insulation's very cheap.
Yeah, yeah. And I would be, if we can say like, wow, this is really going to save us a lot in the long run in increasing electricity bills. Um, I'd be totally for going after a project like that.
It's a theoretical calculation. I think I'm smart. I think I can do it. It's a spreadsheet sort of a calculation. So yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to make a little note of that. And is the ECAC they're evaluating all town buildings, is that true?
Yes, yeah, and they're looking for projects. They might even be trying to, use grant money. I don't know, but yeah, I can ask one of the. I know people on the ECAC thing. I'll just
Okay.
ask them. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I'll put that on my
Yeah, and if they don't want to, or
action.
they don't have the money, I think it would be a worthwhile investment for us. Again, thinking long
If
term,
yeah,
like, how much, one of our, um, we have pretty high electricity bills for our little hut, and I have no idea how much of that is due to just loss from heating
yeah.
and cooling.
Us. Yeah, I'll do the calculation. Yeah, power
Okay.
loss. I'll get back to you next month.
All right.
okay.
Calculation.
All right. Let's see. Anything else about the hut?
Yeah, it looked, yeah, it was just bubbling away. Though I would suggest once again, that if you cancel the phone, the phone check thing
Yeah.
as just being a nuisance that has no merit, um, because the second time we went in very briefly. We just wanted to quickly evaluate. We could have had a phone call by the time we left, and they could have turned out the police or whatever, Um, yeah, so I think, and Sheld agreed, or Lee Masters agreed, that when they're dashing in and out, having to have the extra thing, there's already three layers of security, um, the door code, the indoor code to turn off the alarms, and two sets of cameras watching the
Yeah,
inside.
you're
So
right.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think you mentioned that last time, and I forgot to write it as
yeah,
a task item, so I didn't do it, but I am capturing it
yeah,
now.
yeah. Okay, very good. I'm sure it's a stressor for the technicians who dash in there with three jobs to do in town,
Yeah.
and they have to also remember a magic word.
Hmm.
Yeah, but they're probably used to it.
Yeah, well,
With
they
other,
don't
I
have
mean,
to do
other
it.
places, others
They
as
don't
well.
have to do it in many places, and there's a
Yeah.
different magic word in every
All
place.
right.
So yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hi, Craig.
Anyway, sorry I'm late. It's one
It's
of
all
those
right.
days.
All right, let's see. Maintenance and service report, super slow month in January. We only had 21 tickets total. Usually we have an average of about 30, 35, 40. So just a very, very slow month there. Um,
I have just one question about the tickets.
okay.
I saw that one of our customers had requested, and it was a ticket, so they were responding in some way or other to get a some enhanced service level of speed. Yeah, somewhere in it actually might have been in the February. You know how there was overlap
Oh,
on
yeah.
both months. Yeah, if you look in 7th of February or something like that, you'll see that a woman's name is against it for getting enhanced service for and they yeah they didn't they in this the note on it didn't say they couldn't do it, so I'm curious what they might have done.
I can look in to see if there is any more notes in um the integrity system.
Yeah.
So you think it was, do you remember the date of that?
I
February?
think it was 7th of February. But
Okay.
you'll see it is it's clearly said in the over on the right hand column of what the task was, and they closed it. So they didn't say.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seemed like they might have done something, but oh, I can't remember whether it was escalated. It might have. There was something that made me think that they'd done something. No.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. I can look up the details of that.
And once again, if you talk to Sheld about it, um, ask if there is something that for if that person really did have a need for 2 gig, whether there is, what that we do have a pathway to that, especially with the upgraded system for doing a better a fancier ONT. Um,
Hmm.
uh, so which is she'd have the customer would have to have their ONT changed out, but
Right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Right. My guess is that it is a slow device, slow router, and someone calling say, "Hey, can I get faster speeds?" Not because
But
of, but we'll
might have
see.
been, might have
We'll
been.
see.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Or
might
how
have
to turn on the parental control, or how to
been.
connect the printer to to
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Financially, our report is very healthy. We have a surplus of about 109,000 right now, and we have 3 more months of earnings. I've received 9 months of MLP fees so far. So that's about another 90,000 coming in. Don't get too excited though. 98,000 is coming out the door for the debt service in April. But that still means that we will end the year, I would guess, somewhere around 80,000 surplus. So we're back on track for the savings that we want to see there.
Got more storms coming in, Gail.
I know. Hold on. There's some artificial wood I can knock on. Okay. Um, let's see. I submitted the mid-year grant report this week to MBI. So we'll be getting a payment a little bit over 10,000 for them for the things that we've paid for so far. So that includes all of the library installation. It includes a bunch of all of the library equipment, including the AV equipment for that little room that we paid for, the extra Ubiquity access point that Graham got, the security for that. Um, it wasn't included in the grant, the cyber secure, but I just put it in there as a line item. They may reject it, but I'm going to ask for forgiveness rather than permission for that. And then what else does it have? It also has direct costs. All of these grants have labor costs included of them. So for my role, so there's just extra that's coming in for that too, and that'll just go into our general fund. Um, and yeah, those were the main big expenses. As you know, the bulk of that grant is our new routers. And once I get approval and we get payment for this first group, I'll get an exact date for when we need to actually buy these routers. As I was going through this, I was reviewing the grant paperwork, and we don't actually have to submit the final report until August 22nd because we signed our grant agreement kind of late in the year. And that's when the kind of the clock starts. So we signed it in August. So 6 months later is now February, our mid-year report. And then August is the final. So what I'm hoping is that all funds don't have to be spent by, as we thought is on June 30th, because that is going to give us some more runway for this router project. So anyway, I will find that out. And speaking of routers, they arrived yesterday. I'm sorry that they were delayed. I had the strangest interaction with Amazon, like I told you about, where they kept saying, delayed delivery, and then there's no way to just click on something. So I ended up chatting with Amazon Business Support, and they said they're just missing. They're just missing. So I don't know if that means stolen or what, but they immediately corrected it and sent out new ones. So they arrived at the town hall yesterday. I am going to do my best to pick them up tomorrow and just deliver them because I'm going to be going away for the weekend on Friday. So I want to try to get those all to you before the weekend. If it's okay with you, I'll just come tomorrow afternoon or Friday morning and leave them on your porches like an Amazon driver.
Speaking of stolen packages, though, I'm going to be out of town for a week and a half.
Oh, now
Okay.
everyone knows.
Ooh, oh no.
So I don't know what you want to do about that. I can give you the code to the garage. You can put it inside, or we can just wait, or you can leave it on the front porch. I don't have a strong opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I can hold. When are you leaving, Craig?
Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, 10, 11.
All right. Yeah, I can't even pick them up before then. So
Yeah.
why don't I'll just hold yours. Don't worry about it. I'll hold it.
Okay, that's fine. Do that.
Yeah, let me know when you come back.
Mhm.
And Graham and Jim, I'll deliver it to you.
Yeah, I will need mine Thursday afternoon, not Friday morning,
Okay.
if that's a possibility.
I'll do my best.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Yep. So, just so you know what's coming. So the TP decos, I have 3 going to Jim, 3 going to Craig, and 2 going to Graham. The Orbeez, again, 3 to Jim, and then 2 to Craig and 2 to Graham.
That's fine.
Yep. And then the Eros, 2 to Jim, 0 to Craig, because he already has one, and 2 to Graham.
I have one in California, but that's fine.
Oh,
That's
I
it.
misunderstood. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I don't have one. It's at my father-in-law's house, so I'm
Okay.
and I've used it a bunch there and I like it, but I can't do a side-by-side comparison.
All right. Would you like to? Would you like me to get you another set?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Euro for Craig. We'll get 2 more.
And Gail, anything that we end up not using in the committee's households as routers in the long run, maybe we could give them out and they could also be paid for by the grant because we're going to have a bunch of routers. It's probably, and there's not enough routers for the whole town anyhow. So, the extra 5, 6 routers people could, even though they might not all match up the same, they're Wi-Fi 7. It's probably an improvement for anyone who wants to go from the Linksys.
Yeah,
How about
yeah.
You know, giving the demos to customers.
Yeah, give the demos
Yeah.
and give the extensions, the mesh extenders with them to anyone who wants to install it themselves, and we can tell them they might have to give us a report in 6 months' time, but no pressure.
Yeah, we want to make sure that what we're doing is not perceived as some sort of backdealing.
Yeah, what I was
I
thinking is that after we're done testing these and the committee has chosen the router that they want to use kind of longer term, that we take the remainder of them and offer them in just probably a lottery system. Hey, if you want this, let us know by this date, and we will randomly choose the people to get them. We're still within the bounds, I believe, of the grant because we are distributing this to people on our network, right? We bought the equipment, it is going out there. It may not be the ones that everybody's getting. Um, and also I want to reserve a couple of them to put at the Shutesbury Athletic Club.
Good. Yeah, I
So
was going to suggest that.
yes.
Good.
Oh
right.
yeah,
Good.
I'd already forgotten that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
that's good.
it's a public service. It's a public gathering place. It's one of the
Yeah.
only other places in town that we're not like covering. I
Yeah.
realize it is is it a nonprofit?
It is a nonprofit, yes.
It is a
Perfect.
nonprofit. Yeah.
It's
Perfect.
not a
Great.
tax deductible, but it's
Hmm.
but it's one of those. Yeah. No.
Yeah. So
and speaking of stuff to buy and those places to cover, um, the I realized as I once again tried to get the AP talking to the library system remotely, and I had it working at one point, but it's not working now. But what I realized is the town hall really should get an upgrade, and a Ubiquity system in the town hall would probably be a good one. From the point of view of a separate Ubiquity system. Um, I also realized that it would be nice to segregate our public Wi-Fi from the library because, as you know, Gail, Marianne now has her old IT administrator working remotely from the Cape Cod, where it's perfect for him. He's an IT administrator in one of the part-time in one of the towns there. He can do the library stuff as well without, if they actually have to have something activated, with patching, then someone like me gets called in. But I'm anyhow. So it would be better not to have us administering the town halls and even owning the library system because they have their own sets of rules and stuff about what can be communicated where and how it goes and it's only a couple $100 to get a Ubiquity router in the town hall, and then that can have its own. And then it's uncomplicated. The public Wi-Fi at the town hall and the SSIDs can be exactly the same name and have exactly the same access rules, but they don't have to be connected via the cloud. So that's my suggestion.
All right. So you're suggesting do the town hall runs their own separate network. The library does that. All the settings are the same, but they're really separate things.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And the benefit of that also is then the library can put their credit card on the account and not have it's like a little weird for to get some of the services that we get with the Ubiquity thing. There has to be a credit card number in there, even though it's not being billed for anything. The AI answers work. You can talk to their AI chatbot if you've got a credit card in there without paying $1,500 for an actual
Hmm.
person to do anything. So, and the wonderful thing that with Marianne being able to get her old IT administrator back in there because he can do it remotely. So it's got, he's like you, he has access, but he has access as an administrator. Um, you would probably end up being the owner of the Ubiquity in the town hall. So, or
Yeah,
whoever
I think
wants.
Yeah, I like the idea. I like the thought process here of actually separating them out because we don't want to start intermingling town hall with
Yes.
library. I like that. I think the challenge is part of a larger conversation for the town hall that they are lacking any IT support whatsoever, right? And
Yeah.
so yeah, that's something I'll need to talk to Haley about is like, how do you want to do this part?
Yeah.
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 So yeah, something to be figured.
Yeah, and they have some complexities as well. They've got like the police network, and they've got our network or the Shell network. So there's moving parts there that I have no idea about.
Yeah, yeah. The police actually have their own completely separate service
Bingo. Yeah,
because of security. They have to run. They are not intermingled with the
Sure.
town hall at all. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Let's see. All right. Any other thoughts or needs on the router? Craig, I'm going to get you an arrow. Jim
Yep.
and Graham, I'm going to pick up and deliver to you tomorrow night or hopefully in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Um,
It's got to be in my case afternoon. I could come over and pick them up from you, or if that's inconvenient.
no, I can do them. I can do them in the afternoon. Let's say I have an appointment in Hatfield around 3, and so I'd be back before 4.
That would be good.
Okay. All right. I'll do my best to get there before 4, and I'll call you if it's after 4.
Okay, thank you.
So anything else on routers for now? Okay. Um, I was looking through some of our documentation and I realized it's been a long time since we've done any kind of evaluation of just asking, how is this working from a structural perspective? I want to get feedback from you about my role and what I'm doing. Um, our meeting structure, just all the things that is good to check in with people in an organization about. So I'm going to make a short survey if it's okay, and have you all complete it sometime over the next couple of weeks. Um, and also I think as an organization, just a good thing to do to make sure that there's evaluation criteria for people who, well, just say it in my role, right? An MLP manager, you need to know and have records of what's good, bad, and ugly, so that if anything happens, you show that you're doing that due diligence. So we did this back in, I want to say 2024, I think. We didn't do it in 2025. So I'll get that survey going and put it in our ongoing documentation for posterity. So, just it's something that's I think a good idea to do every year.
Mhm.
Very good.
That is actually everything on my list for tonight. Does anybody have any other topics? No, nothing?
Yeah, I got
We,
Steve?
one thought, last month, we had a person join us who had some potential interest in being on the board. Have you had any further contact with that person?
I ran into him about a week later at the trivia night at the Shrewsbury Athletic Club and plugged it again. He didn't seem too interested, and I haven't heard back,
Okay.
so I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's already on the fire department, which is a huge time commitment.
Okay. And do we know when nomination papers, what the schedule for that is for the upcoming election?
I do not know the exact date.
March, it just comes to mind that it's in March that you do
Okay.
that because I remember tromping around in snow. So,
All right, I'm going to ask the town clerk about those nomination papers, and Craig, I'll copy you in on that.
Sure.
Because this is you're the person it affects.
Okay.
or anybody else that is interested, but I just,
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
Of course.
Anybody who's interested, well, they're lining up out the door.
yes.
All right, anything else?
Oh, I did. I noticed on the it's unrelated to us, but or indirect. The cell tower that overlooks the lake. It has a whole new. Even after they added T-Mobile service, something else has been added now because there's a whole set of new
Oh.
three um, big transmitter
Antennas.
receiver things. Yeah, antenna stuff. So,
Hmm.
um, I looked in there and took another photo because I'd seen a bunch of Verizon trucks going in and out, and but they had the T-Mobile stuff going even before they put up the new set of stuff. So maybe Verizon is finally gonna transmit there, but there was no new. You can tell who's on the thing because they each get their own power meter, and
Oh.
at the moment, T-Mobile and AT&T are the only power meters there. It's owned by a third party who doesn't want to pay anyone's electricity, or they want to, they want their customers to tell them, to show up as their um, uh, as renters to pay their own electricity. So anyhow, something's happening.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I stumbled on a next door post from recently of someone saying, does anybody have any good recommendations for cell service in Shutesbury? Because Verizon's is terrible. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
true that.
And I'm happy that some people have T-Mobile and they're very happy with it, but they are not switching to it as their primary, apparently. Right?
Yeah.
So that's good.
Well, right. For their broadband, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was my worry is that
Yeah. I remember
they
that.
would.
Yeah. Uh,
All
Musk's
right.
satellites, Starlink, the
Starlinks.
Starlink threat. Yeah.
Starlinks.
And I'm
Yeah.
less worried
Yeah.
about them at the moment, although eventually that could be a concern.
Yeah, but the economics of putting huts in the sky, it's got to be it can't compete with a hut on the ground in town.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah,
at least there's less rodents though with the space ones.
yeah, no, no, no,
Less rodent
that,
damage.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, safer from mice. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. And
Okay.
yeah, I will be in touch with routers and other information.
Make a
Great.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
Aye.
Bye.
All in favor?
Voting for
Sure.
dinner time.
Sounds
Yep.
great. All right, bye-bye.
Good
Okay.
night.
All right. Bye.
Good night. Bye bye.